Okay, we are back to our wonderful table. And as I said before, we stopped last time by count effects, and we did explore only one kind of effects. Today, I want to give you a second kind of effects, and then we move on. Okay, last time, as you can see here, on the editing toolbar, count effects, we did choose the F column, which is the zip code column. And the second column we did choose are the salaries. And we gave as the second criteria the G8, as you can see. Today we are going to use some quotations. Quotations in the count effects. Okay. Well, now for count effects, I want to use a validation list. And we have the topic validation list down here. So we're going to use the validation list, in the column M, row 25. This one, let me highlight it. No, let's put a yellow for this one again. Let's put a yellow. So we are going to use the validation list here for our count effects, the second one. Okay, let's start with the validation list first. Which list are we going to choose? Let's choose the I list, the I column. So we have to go by tab data. Validation list is very helpful, I'm telling you. Okay, we choose data validation. I hope you can see right. And allow what? We need a list. And the source is going to be, as I said before, let's start up, of course, by the row second, because we don't need the headings. Okay, and now we can go and control if it did work in in our cell, and we have it. And here we can choose, you see, you can choose B or C or A, which is exactly the same column we have here in the table. This one, land, the country. Okay, now that we have our validation list down and ready, like here, let me bold this one too, because or else we're not going to see right. We're going to bold it here. So now we can start. Equal count effects. We choose this one. And then criteria range 1. We are going to take let's take the F, like the zip codes. No, let's take let's use the list first, of course. Okay, so the criteria range. This is the criteria range. And we go back up, And then our criteria, of course, is going to be the one in the list. Let's pick this one right here from our list. And then criteria range 2. Let's choose the salary. Why not? So we choose the salary. And for the salary, as criteria 2, and as criteria this time we can put a number, some little wild cards. This is not really wild cards, we're going to do that later, by the sum if. Right now as criteria we can choose, let's put superior or equal, 10,000, why not? And of course, we don't forget the quotations. We need some in the back and some in the front. No, I'm not done. Here, exactly. Here we put the quotation and then we are done. So here we did choose I, which is the country. And then N.25 is from the validation list, and we have chosen again as criteria range 2 the salaries, and we wanted them equal or superior than 10,000. But let's go ahead and put like here. Yes, let's try this one. This number 75 to 40, enter, and here we have 37. If we change, back to the validation list, we try the B, and then we try again, we try the C. You see, it's always different. A. Okay, depending on what you're looking for. Okay, we are good with count ifs. Of course, you have much more, which you can try, but try it at home. It's really fun. And now I want to move on with some ifs wildcards. The thing is that in order to do that, of course, you have to know what sum does. If you don't know, but I know everybody, of course, I know everybody can sum. Okay, let's just sum something. Equal sum. I mean, let's take the whole table salaries, for instance, again, because here you are sure you have numbers. Okay, because it's a sum, so you ain't gonna sum first names. And then we hit enter. And this is what we have. This is a sum if. Yes, it's a big number. So, yes, we did choose the location and the salary. And this is what we have. So meaning that for the location H8, let's go together, H8 St. Polten, this is the sum of all salaries of St. Polten. This is the result. Let's put a euro so we remember that we have to do with the salary. This is the sum of St. Polten. Let me make sure you see the function in the editing toolbar. So we are good with the sum if. Now we want to move on to sum ifs. Let's start equal sum ifs. Here. First, we need the sum range, and then the criteria range 1 and criteria 1. And we can move on with criteria range 2, criteria 2. You can go on and on and on. It can be really tedious at times if you have, a lot of criteria range. You can train it at home. We are going to do a sum range, criteria range 1 and criteria 1. Let's first do that, and then we're going to try the same one with some wild cards. Okay, let's start. What is going to be our sum range? We need some numbers, to sum. So we are going to take the salaries again, because there you can be sure you're not going to make a mistake. And then, depending on what they're asking you, of course, it's going to be numbers, no matter what. And now the criteria range. Let's choose the validation list. I think it's easier. So we're going to be, changing from A to B. So we're going to choose this one. Oh, yeah. So our criteria is going to be here. So that was very helpful. So we choose A, which is N25. We hit enter, and this is what we get. Let me bold this one again so you can see better. And here we can change. So now you see the result. Let's put a euro so you know again that we are talking about financials. And here we can change. Here we put a B, the sum is going to change. And when we put a C, the sum is changing again. You see? It depends on the length of your list too, as you know, this one is not long. We have like one, two, three different letters. We don't have D, E. We have A, B, C. So we can choose A, B, between A, B, and C. But if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, so, you know, you just change and you see the variation. And it's changing here by count ifs too, because we use the same validation list, you see. So we are good with our sum ifs. Now we want to do the sum ifs, as I said before, with some wildcards. All right, equal sum ifs again. Same range as before. We're going to choose the salary. No, let's choose the location, since we want to use some wildcards. We need more letters than ABC. Okay, and now, what wildcard can we use? Let's put this one. We need some quotations. Let's be looking for, let's put the big W, because I know they have a lot of location starting with W by the end of the list. So I'm going to put a big upper letter W, and then like, I don't know what's coming up after the W, so I'm going to put a, you know, question mark, and then an asterisk and some quotation. Let's see what comes. This is an example of wildcard. So let me just, you know, make sure that you see. This is how our wildcard is going to look like. And now we hit enter. Let's see. This is what we have. Let's bold this one again. This is the result we have. And for the detailed understanding of the wildcard, just go ahead and try. So here it's like whatever contains W, and after W you don't know, this is what you know, they're gonna find, and they sum it. They sum the result of it. This is what some ifs with wildcards is all about. So when we go down the list of the location, because this is the range we have chosen, you remember, this is the range we have chosen. Here, the column H is the location we have chosen. So let's go down the list so we see what W we have. You see, here we're starting with W here by row 30. And we have VIN. You see. So the wildcards, they definitely have something in common with what you are looking for. And here, let's make you know, another, let's put the letter E inside, because we know that in VIN they have an E, and they have it in lowercase, not in uppercase. So let's see what's gonna happen. We have a different result. And also here, let me make sure you see what I'm talking about. So we have quotation mark, asterisk, W uppercase, question mark, E, the letter E, lowercase, another asterisk, and quotation. This is what wildcards looks like. So just go ahead and, you know, and train, exercise, have fun. So I think that's enough for today. We have performed together like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the validation list. So 6 functions together. So the second, another version of count ifs, and then some, so easy, some ifs, and some ifs also with wildcard. And the validation list, which is very, very, very helpful. I don't know why I did put it there. Let me move it here. So let me move it here and put it like this. Looks better, right? Okay, let me take a look at what we have performed together so far. Back to the top. So index match combined, X lookup, normal if S with absolute references, you know, the flash fill, if or, if and, count if, which is with one criteria, count ifs, we did it 2 times, and then some ifs with wildcard, and the validation list. I think we are definitely good for today. I hope you liked it, or I hope you have learned something new, or you have refreshed your memory with something you didn't remember. Now I wish you well, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you shalom for the new week. Bye-bye. See you next if God's willing. Amen.